humor in any of the films. Yeah.
It is dark, depressing.
It's relentless.
All the time. And
I will. When he's finished, I promise I'll repeat it.
And you have the TV shows, which even an era which is a lot darker tends to have a little bit of humor. Like, how important do you think that is in like both critical and fan reception to these projects?
So he asked. He said that in the films, in the Snyder films particularly, that there's no humor. It is like non-stop, action and drama. Whereas even on the darker show, even on Gotham, even on Arrow, that have the darker themes in the DC TV universe, that there are still moments of levity and there are comic relief characters. And I guess the last part is you wanted to know if that was a pro or con.
Yeah. How do you guys think that might have affected critical and fan?
How it affected critical and fan reception?
Well, I would disagree with you because Batman v Superman had Alfred Pennyworth making jokes. He was very sarcastic and always called Bruce out on his garbage. And then Perry White, what was that water wet joke? I mean, he was doing that stuff all the time. And even Martha Kent had a little moment where Batman saves her and she says, he says, I'm a friend of your son's, and she says, I figured the cake. So my question to anyone who would, and take no offense, please, but my question would be, what do you find humorous? What to you is funny? Because I think that is very humorous and funny, and I think that's good comic relief because they do it at appropriate times. They're not making jokes while they fight. They're making jokes when it is meaningful and makes sense. So I consider that that Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice had a lot of humor in it.
I guess I'll give a dissent on this one. I think when you kick off your thematic franchise with Superman, with Man of Steel, which overall I found to be very dark and grim, and not at all what I usually associate with Superman, and then you make your movie about supervillains actually fun, I think there's something wrong there.
It was exhausting to watch Batman v Superman for me, because I'm not saying you're right. There was humor there, but it didn't feel organic. It felt like, okay, we've been really, really dark this entire time. Now we need a joke.
Yeah.
And there were parts of it it was really exhausting to watch that for so long and not have any levity. Now, you don't have to be light. I don't want it to be funny, ha-ha. But I wanted moments of the mood or the shift. I just felt like this flat line of everything is awful.
I think
for the entire movie.
Man of Steel alienated me so much to the point where, as a lifelong comic book fan, I did not go see Batman versus Superman. That was not, I didn't get to it. That was a conscious choice on my part.
And it's not even a matter of just like, I think when you talked about humor, you also talked about like lightness or levity as well. It's not even just a matter of being able to pinpoint, which you did beautifully. This is a joke, here's this, that. If there's not an atmosphere set where occasionally we have some lightness or occasionally we may have a character who's bringing in the lightness, then it's not so much that the jokes fall flat, but they don't entertain us in the same way as what you're describing. So I think the idea of humor here is different, and you're recognizing it from a writing standpoint. There's jokes written in, but you're saying, as a fan watching this, I recognize that was funny, but here I am not laughing anyways, and we're all not, we're all sitting here in the theater not laughing at this show.
Is that the fault of the movie,